Okay, I gotta make this video fast. This video is being made on November 6, 2014. My name is Leslie Williams. Now, I'm not exactly sure what time it is because my watch and my battery stopped working about 2 weeks ago. And I haven't had the time to take it out, find out what type of battery it is in order to replace it. Today I'm going to move some property to RR Colony 5, which is also the same property, okay, that is also goes by another name. I use the other name when I go towards that area that I have previously identified to be that. See, it's one property, but it goes by two names, and I'm not going to go into a long explanation right now pertaining to, let me just put it to you this way. N-E are two letters that are on the end of the two words in reverse that describe the location. Now, as a result of me being a target, victim, and activist concerned in the crimes of gang stalking, this is the fourth hiking area I've been gang stalked to. In fact, I'm going to make this, I got to talk very fast in this video in order to say what I got to say so you'll understand why it's being made and to save video time. Every day throughout the entire year of 2013, I made a video. In fact, let me backtrack for a second. The previous hold on. Okay, the previous hiking area that I was staying at before I moved here in November 2012, I made videos as I was sitting inside my tent at that area, stating that MTS bus drivers who drive the small buses, and to get a visual representation pertaining to how small the buses are that I'm referring to, you can go online and type in MTS San Diego Transportation Services Route 25, because it was actually the same exact type of bus. These are smaller buses than the regular MTS buses. Now, I was making videos as I was sitting in my tent, and then I think I might have even mentioned it a couple times when I got outside of my tent and was making prediction videos for the day. I was making videos pertaining to a specific type of technique that was additionally being used towards me at that hiking area. And the statements were in those videos and in tape recorder audio files is that they were propping MTS employees to get up on the side, they were driving their buses to get up on the sidewalk of that area. And I'm going to try and illustrate it pertaining to this landscape as best as I possibly can. Now, as a result of, like you see that where that tree is dead, falling right there, okay? I was about that kind of a distance from a sidewalk, but I was down into like a ravine. Like you can picture it as steep going down and then it's flat. That's where I was. And the sidewalk was only about 20-25 feet away. Now, it was in an industrial parkway area, which means it was no houses, just businesses. And as I was sitting inside my tent, I noticed an MTS bus pulling up on the sidewalk, turning off its engine, and they did the technique in two different ways. At times, they would just have the bus driver turn off the engine and open up the door and then start talking on his phone, and as he was talking, he would say gang stalk. On the other occasions, he would literally get outside of the bus and stand on the sidewalk and do the same thing. Now, these videos were made and published by me, in 2012. Now, I then come to this area, okay, and the same exact technique is utilized towards me here at this area, but not by MTS. What they were doing was they were propping people up on the sidewalk to ride their bikes by, jog by, walk by, and say, gang stalk, why don't you come and steal their stuff? Gang stalk, why don't you call the cops on her? Now the technique is called dark neurolinguistic programming that can be Googled and YouTubed and cross-referenced to gang stalking. Now, the technique is designed in order for you to hear it because they know that they had already sensitized me to the word gang stalking. Well, let me just put it this way. They know that I know I'm being a gang stalking victim. They know that I know that I am a gang stalking victim. So what they would do would be is that they were placing bicyclists to get up on the sidewalk every day, and joggers and people that would walk by, and they would say gang stalk, oh my god, and then they would say gang stalk, why don't you come and steal her stuff, gang stalk, why don't you call the cops on her. Now, this technique was done to intentionally anchor fear in my mind that the cops would be called and I'd be evicted from my hiking area. And it was also the other threat, gang stalk, why don't you come and steal their stuff, was their way to anchor fear in my mind that my property would be stolen as a result of me being, going about my day each day, like to libraries and stuff like that, grocery stores. And I was also making in these videos that they had propped up people to hike out about 100 feet away to say gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk crazy, suck my you know what. Does she really expect to keep staying here? Now, the individuals that they propped up, hold on. The individuals they propped up to hike out 100 feet away from me, they moved in around the mid of November, okay? Now, throughout the entire year of 2013, I made videos here stating they were doing that, and in some of these videos, I also mentioned how two separate UCSD students on two separate dates walked by me and said the same exact identical thing. Gang stalk, why don't you go and steal their stuff? Instead of saying come and steal your stuff, they would say go and steal their stuff. And gang stalk, why don't you call the cops on her? And if you look at my videos online, you'll literally be able to see them. You could probably find them by researching all videos that were uploaded throughout the entire year of 2013. Learning Disabled Woman makes hiking area predictions. Learning Disabled Woman exposes gang stalking. Okay, just do it and you'll find them. Now, what I'm about ready to play you right now, as long as my Instagram is working fine, is a 15-second long video that is basically an audio, okay, of a segment of a event that occurred towards me on the sidewalk directly across the street, about 80 feet up the street. There were two men. One of them was directly connected to this area. I've already made videos about it. You can go to Google and type in Exposing Police 1, the numeric 1, Exposing Police 1, okay, space, hold on, space YouTube channel, okay, and you'll be able to find that YouTube channel. Then you go to it and look at the videos that are in it, and then look at the videos that are in it, okay, and then you'll that one, and I think Exposing San Diego SDPD3 might be another one that you can look at. Trust me, if you look online, if you go to Google and type in Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking at UCSD, Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking, you're going to be looking for the year 2014 and 2013 videos. So what you're about to hear right now is me literally being on a sidewalk across the street, Thanksgiving Day, November 28, 2013, on my way to this area. Two men blocked my ability from being able to continue to ride my bike on the sidewalk, so I had to get off of it. The whole event was caught on an audio file, on a digital running recording tape recorder. I'm even recording my statements right now. As a result of me having to get off my bike and them the verbal harassment had already begun, guess what they're saying? Now let's see if this Instagram won't work. Okay, this is a 15-second segment of that event. Do you hear these men say gang stalk together? Then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang is stalking, I'm going to F you up. Hold on. Couldn't load image. Tap to retry. Loading right now. Now the other day when I went to go get into this Instagram account, I got a warning from my CM Security, which is an application on my phone that I use for security purposes. It was saying that somebody tried to hack into Instagram by putting it, and they couldn't do it by putting in two separate passwords. At least that's what it said. But, alright, so hold on. Gang is stalking, I'll fuck you up. They're saying gang stalk as they're threatening me. I can indisputably prove this had occurred on Thanksgiving Day 2013. So as a result, this literally shows and proves that I was telling the truth originally in 2013. Hold on. Sorry about all the noise. I have to stop talking when these loud motorcycles and stuff are going by so you can hear what I'm saying. So think about this. If you can go and find these videos, it literally shows me stating that I was putting up with GangStalking. Oh my God, GangStalk, why don't you come and steal your stuff? GangStalk, why don't you call the cop center? And that was done in order to create fear and paranoia that my property would be stolen on a daily basis in order to keep me in a, it's basically where they attempt to paralyze your thinking, because they're basically steering your thinking to experience fear by psychically driving your thinking to experience fear as a result of the threat. The technique is called the direct conversation tactic used in dark neural linguistic programming. Basically, it's like if somebody walks up to you and say, I'm going to punch you in the face, instinctively your brain has heard that and has already put you in the fight and flight mode. Okay? So what they're doing is, when I'm inside my tent minding my own business, they bring up these people up on the sidewalk to say, GangStalk, why don't you come and steal your stuff? And GangStalk, why don't you call the cop center? The first thing my brain thinks is that I'm receiving a threat, before I can just sit back and say, okay, well, this is just intentionally being done in order to make me experience fear. But the thing about it is that they did it every day. This is done in order to create the neural pathways that of you responding to the harassment and to the theme of the threat. It's just done that way. Now they also, hang on. Now this is how they also went out of their way to reinforce the fear. Every day when I get up, I literally gotta put, I made a video about it the other day. Every day when I get up, I literally gotta put all my sleeping bags, my pajamas, and my flashlights and my radio in two separate bags. One is put on top of the other, and then both bags are put in a 55-gallon industrial-sized black bag. The property is then hidden completely out of sight. There's no way that you could see it unless you know where it's at. Literally. I have come home on at least 5 different occasions, and the bag, because I use color-coded bags, so the bag in the bottom is blue, the bag on the top is either white or another black bag. Okay? I would come home, the blue bag would be on top, and the other bag would be on the bottom, and then when I got the bag from where it was and would bring the property back inside my tent and go to get the property out of the bags, the way what they did was they went in and repositioned all the clothing and flashlights to be in different spots within the bag in reference to how, because I every morning when I get up, I have a system of how I do things, just like you do, you know, like when you wake up, where you put your pajamas at, where you put your underwear at, how you fold your underwear, how you fold your pajamas. They went inside my bags on 5 different occasions and refolded things in ways I would never even dream of folding them. Okay? And they repositioned the blue bag to be on top and the black or white bag to be on the bottom. They would also tie up the 55-gallon industrial-sized bags in a way to where literally one time it took me 10 minutes to get into it. That's right, because it appeared what they did was they used a different type of produce tie. I use produce ties, but like bread ties to tie them up. They literally used a different color-coded bread tie to tie it up, and the way they did it, I couldn't get it untied. It looked like they had melted it or something onto the bag. In fact, I think that's what they did, because I ended up literally having to tear the bag. So this was done to intentionally, mentally let me know that they know where the property's hidden at while I'm receiving all the threats. Okay, so these are the techniques of gang stalking. The whole goal is to put you in a paranoid mindset. What's going to happen to me today? Are the police going to come and arrest me? What's going to happen to me today? Are the police going to come and give me a ticket, and therefore I got to go to court? And every time you're given an illegal lodging ticket, you can get 6 months. I already know it because they literally brought UCSD campus police up in here to give me a ticket. And I recently just discovered something about one of the officers by reviewing the video for the first time. See, because when that event occurred, I caught him on video. Okay? And then since I don't know what they're going to do on any given day in reference to staging an event, me getting arrested for it, or them robbing me, I took that video card out of the camera as soon as they left and hid it. And I got brave the other day and made a copy of it by using my own computer here, because I can still do that without Wi-Fi. But the point being is that it literally took a lot for me to just do that, because they can hack into my computer and erase it off my video file. Off the memory card that's got the video file on it. And the reason why I'm paranoid about that is because they've literally done that at UCSD. So as a result of me just recently having the guts to make the copy of it, and then I took the copy and uploaded it, I reviewed it right after it was uploaded. And I discovered something about who one of the officers were. Now, the very next time I went to UCSD, an event happened. And I'll make, you better believe I'll be making a video about that, and you'll completely understand what I'm talking about. But I had to interject that. All right, so the point being is that, think about this. I can indisputably prove that the event I just showed you in reference to the audio of the Instagram, okay, is an event that took place on a sidewalk on Thanksgiving Day. And I can indisputably prove that the individual that, one of the two individuals that played a role in it was directly connected to this area. Now, if you were able to hear the whole entire event, you would also hear them say, "Oh my God," before they say gangstalk. Now hear this out. "Oh my God" and gangstalk has been caught at this area in audio file and video file, okay, as people have rode their bikes by, because I already had tape recorders recording in case somebody comes up here and starts something really fast. I've also caught it on video. Okay, now this is the same exact identical technique that's been caught all over UCSD campus. So we got an individual that's directly connected to this area, caught saying it, and that proving that all the videos I made throughout the entire year of 2013, from January to November, proves that I was telling the truth. And since some of them literally show me saying that the UCSD students on UCSD campus were saying the same exact identical threat, okay, that proves the connection between here and there, okay, because the harassment is identical. Right now in my possession, I have over 700 audio files of individuals getting around me every day, everywhere I go, and saying gangstalk, "Oh my God." That's their intentional way to let me know I'm being gangstalked, because they got to know where I'm at and who I am to do it. And none of these people should know that I'm a gangstalking victim, because all my videos are titled "Learning Disabled Woman Being Gangstalked," and nobody knows my name. Okay? The point being is this, is that they were stupid enough to see, because they wanted to make sure that you know that you're being gangstalked everywhere you go, in order to mentally harass you about it. Because every time you hear it, you're thinking about what's happening to you. And that's what they want. That's why they That's why they intentionally do it. But they made a boo-boo, because it's very easy to prove that I'm being gangstalked, because what they're doing is identical, just at different places. So there's no way now they can deny this crime's happening to me. How do you think I was able to predict that somebody was going to get up on the sidewalk and say, "Gang is stalking, I'm going to fuck you up"? In late November 2013, when I was already making videos that they were putting people up on the sidewalk to say, "Gangstalk, why don't you come and steal her stuff?" A threat. "Gangstalk, why don't you call the cops on her?" A threat. And the fact that I mentioned in a few of these videos that two separate UCSD students did it on 2 separate dates. Okay, in the same exact identical way, except for they didn't say, "Why don't you come and steal her stuff?" They said, "Why don't you go and steal her stuff?" And then I catch this right within a month and a half before the year 2013 ends. Not even a month and a half, because November 28th is 3 days away from being December. Okay, that proves that what I was already exposing was happening. So that proves that I was being mentally harassed here, psychologically battered here, and the individual that played a role in the Thanksgiving event was directly connected to here. It also ties UCSD to this bullshit. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So the point being is that now I got to go to fucking court. Excuse my language, but can you imagine being mentally battered, mentally and psychologically harassed for over 2.5 years, and the friggin' criminals that are doing it are literally coming to my hiking area and giving me a ticket? They can tie me up in court, and I literally just found out the other day through a social security worker, he said if I spend 31 days in jail, they will suspend my social security. Okay, so has gangstalk, oh my God, been caught in social security offices? Yes. Has gangstalk, oh my God, being repetitively said every single time I went into the Social Security office in downtown San Diego? It absolutely has. I'm running recording tape recorders that were already recording before I came in. Now, the point being is this, is that when you look at how that method was utilized around me in Social Security, it's also been caught at social services, UCSD, SDSU, Jack in the Box, Arby's, Rouse, Walmart's, everywhere, here, and at the last hiking area. So all you got to do is take a look at this and say, this is nothing but organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level. And how's anybody supposed to be able to get any help because of it? So if I get put in jail because of this illegal lodging ticket that the filthy right-ass whore campus police officers from UCSD and their lying little skanky asses, they know I'm being gang-stalked. Do you really honestly think for 1 second that these little filthy right-ass whores honestly don't know that I'm being gang-stalked? Do you really honestly think that they're lying criminal asses who will lie up and down the road all... I'm going to tell you when, because I'm going to request a trial and they know it. Okay, and we're going to see if anything happens to me before December 1st, including today, no matter where I'm at. Because the point being, if they continue to stage events, like where I'm going today to drop off property, they can say, what are you doing? What are you doing here? From what you're doing, like, because of the way I creatively hide property, they can say, I can see that what you're doing is not a normal appearing reason to be in this area. So if you think you're going to camp here, or if you are camping here, we're going to arrest you. We're going to arrest you, and they can still even try to give me a ticket concerning illegal encroachment, placing objects at places that you're not supposed to be. I looked up that law last night. Now, in closing, the San Diego Prosecutor's Office is the one who's going to be prosecuting me in reference to this illegal lodging ticket I got from UCSD. Now, Jan Goldsmith, who's the San Diego City Attorney, his office is who's going to be prosecuting me. And they're requesting DNA, and it also says that they got a right to request a psychiatric evaluation. Is calling a target of gang stalking crazy a method of gang stalking? Google it. Now, if you went downtown to his office, to the building that his office is in, guess who's hanging out down there? Okay, just guess who right now. Last time I was down there, which was last week, it might have been even at the beginning of this week. Yeah, I think it was Monday. Okay, there was at least 30 people with all of their belongings hanging out and congregating, sitting down and congregating with each other right in front of the building. Right in front of the building that I'm talking about, in the Plaza Center. So I looked up a law last night concerning that and found it's called illegal encroachment, or I'm sorry, I forgot what it's called. I got it on my phone. All right, hold on a second, because I'm going to show you something else here. I'm going to literally show you about how gang stalking, oh my God, was caught on a Yucca Valley bus in Yucca Valley, California. The individual that I went to go see in Yucca Valley, his address was looked up by me in the biomedical library at UCSD. Is cyber surveillance a method of gang stalking? Do they cyber surveil target individuals' internet activities so they can see what the target's doing, so they can use it either as a benefit for them, or a threat analysis concerning what they're doing might possibly be a threat to them? Case in point, I got the ticket from UCSD at this area on August 27, 2014. The day before, I was in their biomedical library looking up lawyers and copying and pasting their faxes, phones, and addresses in my Gmail account. The very next day they come here. And I had already told several different UCSD campus police officers that I plan on suing them. So do the math. So they came down here and did this, and now they're trying to steer me to all these legal places that I can supposedly get help at, like the Legal Aid Society. Have I been gang stalked too there back in 2012? This is organized crime in the system, baby cakes. The entire system is rigged. Just listen. These are individuals saying gang stalking, oh my God. And then a woman just flat out says gang stalking on a Yucca Valley bus in Yucca Valley, California. And if you were to MapQuest if you were to MapQuest the difference in miles between UCSD La Jolla campus and the Yucca Valley Library in Yucca Valley, California, you'll see that it's 160 miles apart. Now, what you're about ready to hear has been caught happening all over UCSD campus, and this is it happening on a Yucca Valley bus in Yucca Valley, California. Hold on. Oh, all right, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna play it one more time. All right, hold on. Okay, now listen to what this next one says. This is the same Yucca Valley bus. Okay? Notice how they're saying gang stalking, oh my god? Now, there's evidence online showing the same exact technique happening around me everywhere I went on UCSD property every single day. The only way that this could be occurring is by tracking me in real time, including using my own phone. Alright, now I'm going to go be dropping some property off today. I'm going to be leaving here within a half hour. We're going to see if anybody is propped up over at that area, or if anybody arrives after I do. We're going to see if any property is stolen that's already been dropped off. We're also going to see if any property is stolen from this area when I come back. Now, when I leave here, what I'm going to be doing... Hold on, I got to get my sign out. Now, when I leave here, what I've been doing is I've been putting up this sign that says, do not remove this property. The person who owns it is moving the property from here every day. All property will be completely moved, gone by 11/15/14. This is put in front of the tent once the black tarp is pulled down in front of the tent. That way, in case the little skanks come up here and try to remove my property by trying to say that I'm not moving, that way they can steal my shit and then have a logical appearing reasons for doing it. So I put this there. So we're gonna see now. This is the last video that I'm gonna make, okay, before I move. Okay, if any fucking event happens to me, about me, concerning me, around me, or against me, arrest, tickets, assaults, robberies, rapes, okay, anything pertaining to any hiking area in the next year, especially before this upcoming Wednesday, which will be the day after Veterans Day, and then also especially before December 1st, and then additionally also before, because I'm going to plead not guilty on December 1st, which means I'll get a trial. They're going to want to have as much documentation about me that they can present to the court as much as possible. Like, Miss Williams is delusional. Miss Williams has been given several warning letters at UCSD about her behavior in the library. They just pulled it. They just pulled it 2 days ago. Okay, and I made a prediction tweet that an event was going to occur at this area before I made a tweet that morning. I said, I'm going to UCSD. Let's see if any incidents, complaints, or anything happens concerning me. I also made a tweet 2 days before that was extremely detailed. Okay, and then an event occurs towards me 5 hours after the tweet is made, right before I was getting my property to get up to leave for the day. So the point being is this, is that in organized stalking and gang stalking, what these little filthy criminal rat-ass whores are doing is that they're staging events and then using them as normal appearing reasons to make it appear that they got a normal appearing reason to give you a letter about your behavior. That way, because I had already put online that I was going to plead not guilty. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, well, look at all this paperwork we got concerning Leslie Williams. She's been warned on multiple occasions about being disruptive in our library. She's interfering with the normal operations of our library. And check this out. I literally made video files and audio files stating that these are the exact words that they would say. Okay? Okay? Because they even know I'm wearing a tape recorder. Okay, so they're even trying to make it appear even on my own tape recorder that I'm the problem. So I made video and audio predictions pertaining to how they would literally act and how they would, you know, how they would present what they're doing to me to make it appear that it's my fault. And I literally stated that Miss Williams is engaging in disruptive behavior and interfering with the normal operations of our library. And that's exactly what they said to a exact verbal identical T when they pulled the event on November 3rd. Literally. Now, there is a technique called the direct conversation method where they will literally parrot and mirror something you might have said in the privacy of your own home. You understand? I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. Gotta get, if any problems happen concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me, on my way to where I'm going today, I don't care if it happens by anybody that's already there or arrives after I arrive. Anybody, it will be gang stalking. Period. That includes robberies, rapes, assaults, arrests, police reports, anything that happens. It will be gang stalking no matter how it's dressed up to make it appear that it's something else. Definitely including my people who are already there before I arrive, and definitely including homeless people. Got to get, and we're going to see if I go there on any occasion, at any location that I drop property off at, and we're going to see if any homeless person is camping at the very spot that I dropped the property off at, including seeing him using my stuff. Because in gang stalking, they intentionally do these things, okay, in order to psychologically motivate you to call the police, so the police can make it appear they got a normal appearing reason to be in the target's presence, so they could then can turn around and say, what are you doing here to begin with, Leslie? You can't be camping here, and give you a ticket. While during the whole time this is physically going on, both of them will be engaging in gang stalking physical gestures for me to see, and which is their intentional mental way to let me know that the event was staged. Go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass," read comments. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.